You know an episode's good when halfway through watching it, you sit back, blink twice, and go, wait a second, is Dragon Ball actually peaking again? Yes it is. Dragon Ball DAIMA Episode 8, titled Tamagami, is the moment this series stops playing with its food and finally goes in for the full Super Saiyan gut punch. This isn't just another fun little scrap between Chibi Goku and the monster of the week. This is the anime flexing every muscle it has. So let's break it down, starting with the main course. The fight. Now, Dragon Ball fights are sacred ground. They can't just be pretty, they have to be kinetic, clever, and above all, meaningful. And to its credit, Episode 8 understands that better than anything DAIMA has offered so far. We're finally getting the long-teased showdown between Son Goku and one of the infamous Tamagotchi, the towering trio who've been looming in the background like ominous bouncers at a tournament arc we've yet to crash. And it's phenomenal. The battle kicks off with Goku, still fun-sized, facing off against a literal giant with a hammer the size of a Honda Civic. You'd half expect Goku to be outmatched, and he is, but not really. But here's the thing, the choreography in this fight is absurdly good. Not pretty good for modern Dragon Ball, not they tried their best. I mean, old school Goosebumps good. It's smart, it's fast, it's stupidly fun. We get Goku ducking under the Tamagami's legs, leaping across his arm, riding the dude's weapon like it's a theme park attraction, and generally treating this towering beast like a jungle gym. It's pure, high-effort, clever animation. Not once does this episode rely on those tired, corner-cutting, looped animations Dragon Ball used to be infamous for. You know, the ones where the character throws 6 identical punches on repeat? None of that here. Every frame feels deliberate. And then the real fun begins. The camera goes wild in a good way, zooms in and out with precision, slow-mo moments land with impact, and there's a real weight to the blows. It's a visual feast, like the animators were finally let off the leash and given a few extra Red Bulls to see what would happen. Then Goku cranks it up. He trades blows in his base form for a while, clearly overpowered by the Tamagotchi, but still holding his own thanks to his nimbleness. But once he goes Super Saiyan, you feel the tide shift. The Tamagami, previously throwing Goku around like a hacky sack, suddenly starts struggling. And then boom, we get hit with a gorgeously animated beam struggle, because we haven't had one of those in this series yet. And it's so intense, you half expect the screen to crack. The Tamagotchi barely manages to deflect it, and just as you're catching your breath, Goku jumps into Super Saiyan 2 for a brief moment and lands the single most satisfying gut punch the franchise has delivered in years. I mean, it's glorious. You can almost hear fans across the world collectively going, yup, this is what I signed up for. But in true Dragon Ball fashion, Victory Lap takes a weird turn. Instead of simply handing over the Dragon Ball like a good little mid-boss, the Tamagotchi decides to play Cup Shuffle, because after
Test your might
comes
Test your sight.
He hides the Dragon Ball under one of the cups and then starts moving them around at hyperspeed. But this is Goku, and if there's one thing his Saiyan DNA is good at, it's tracking fast-moving orbs. He easily notices that none of the cups contain the Dragon Ball and that the Tamagotchi tossed it at the last second. And so, he's finally rewarded with the series' first Dragon Ball. And what follows is something we haven't seen in a long time. Pure, genuine joy. And I don't mean a cheeky smirk, I mean actual joy. That same wide-eyed, childlike excitement we haven't seen since maybe the original series. It's the first time in a long time that collecting a Dragon Ball feels like the major triumphant milestone that it used to be. Not a checkbox, not an errand, a win. The last time a Dragon Ball was a difficult thing to acquire was probably Planet Namek. The music swells, the camera lingers, and you remember, this used to be special. Daima remembers that too. And while all of this is happening, the camera cuts to the audience, an actual audience of demons watching the fight unfold. Goku's first big Demon Realm boss fight has a crowd, and they're loving it. They cheer, they react. It's such a small detail, but it does wonders. It makes the world feel alive. Makes Goku feel like a symbol again. Honestly, if he needed to summon a spirit bomb right now, he could probably power it just off of audience hype. And then, after what feels like a good closing for the episode just keeps going. Episode 8 is greedy like that. It's not just satisfied with one top-tier battle, it wants more. Enter Dr. Arnsu, who casually drops the biggest bombshell of the series so far. She's trying to become the Demon Realm's supreme ruler, which, okay, cool, standard villain stuff. But her method? She wants to make another Majin Buu. Holy shit. Apparently she was hanging out on Earth during the Buu saga, as you do. And after Majin Vegeta's noble self-destruct moment, she scraped up a bit of leftover Buu, like I do when I'm collecting skin flakes when I see somebody with a sunburn. And she's now using it to cook up a new version of the Pink Chaos God, only stronger. Turns out Bibbidi wasn't even Buu's real creator. He was just the Steve Jobs of the operation. The real dark magic genius, a demon witch, who's now in cahoots with Arnsu, helping her build Buu 2.0. And all of this on top of some inordinately pretty background art. I mean, look at this. Oh, and Arnsu floats around on a literal flying hookah, which I thought is such a unique Alice in Wonderland-esque design choice. Because nothing says menace to society like looking like you vape souls for breakfast. To sum it up, we got a knockout fight, jaw-dropping animation, a crowd of demons losing their minds, an actual celebration of Dragon Ball hunting, and the return of Majin Buu in horrifying new DLC form. This is Dragon Ball DAIMA firing on all cylinders. It's stylish, heartfelt, completely unhinged, and somehow all the better for it. If the show keeps this level of quality up, we might be witnessing one of the best modern Dragon Ball arcs in years. And if not, well, at least we got this episode. And honestly, it's already enough to make you believe again.